Hey everyone, Anthony Cosenza here with Casabella Realty Group, coming at you with one of our trademark videos where we get you all of the pertinent real estate information, happenings going on in the real estate market, data, stats, interest rates, all kinds of different things. So you are well equipped, well informed rather, as you go out into the real estate market, potentially looking to lease. Maybe you are leasing a property, maybe you're looking to buy, maybe you're thinking about listing your home, whatever it may be. We want to get you well equipped and be your resource for all of your real estate information. And of course, if we can help you with any real estate needs, referrals in terms of professional services having to do with your home or anything like that, we'd be happy to chat with you. Or if you just have some questions, maybe you're kind of saying, hey, where am I at in this whole thing? We would love to consult with you, talk with you about things, and help you realize your real estate goals. And you can get in touch with us at casabellarealtygroup.com through the website, or of course, casabellasocal at gmail.com is the email address. All right, as we usually do, we've got a lot of market updates to get to, a lot of information, data, etc. So we'll get you going there. And then, of course, we like to spotlight something going on in the community, whether it's a nonprofit, a charity, a local business, that sort of thing. And we're going to do that as well. But we've got some articles with some data. We've got some great information on rates and things going on that side of the table with the mortgage industry. And then, of course, MLS numbers as it pertains to Orange County and whatnot, and then a community spotlight. So without further ado, let's get to the market information. Couple of articles to share with you here. Let's start with why not realtor.com. This is a question that many folks may be asking themselves at this point in time right now. Should first-time home buyers press the pause button? Really, should any home buyer right now press the pause button? That is a question of the ages. And, obviously you're probably going to be watching this, hearing this, what have you, and you hear a realtor to you about should you buy a house, should you do this, that, and you may be predicting that I would be trying to sell you on, buy your house, create business. Well, the truth of the matter is, right now, it's a very good opportunity for some folks, and right now may not be the best time for you, and that's okay. But you need to sort out what's best for you, your family, your loved ones, your situation, in order to make a decision on whether it's the right time to buy or not. And as I said at the onset of the video, we at Casabella really want to help you think through that process and get you the information that you need to make that decision and answer this question. Should first-time home buyers, or really buyers in general, press the pause button? And then, of course, there's questions and quotes. And this is from Claire Trapasso over at realtor.com, and they've tapped a couple of experts here. But I've been hearing that the housing market is slowing down and prices may even start falling. Should I put my home search on hold to get a better deal down the road? And there's a lot of yeses and nos. And so here's a couple of things here. Why first-time home buyers in general, might want to pause their search. More homes going up for sale. Sellers have raced to plant the for sale signs in their front yards while they can still fetch a good price, and builders have put up more new residences. That's what it says here on realtor.com. So we also know, and we've said this on this video quite a bit, that there's less competition from buyers. We've talked about how gone are the days from just 4, 5, 6 months ago, wherein you are one of 10 offers, 12 offers, whatever it may be, if not more, on a house. And you have to give up a lot of different areas in terms of contingencies and whatnot in your offer, obviously go way over asking price. That's not really the situation that we are in right now. Now, there are some homes in the lower prices, the middle prices, that sort of thing, that are still in kind of a sweet spot for a lot of areas, and there's more competition there, to be sure. However, we are seeing some homes. We've been helping some buyers out of area. We've been helping some buyers in area. And, some that are priced correctly when they hit the market, they'll still have quite a bit of demand. Others, where they are priced still where they should have been maybe 5, 6 months ago, and the home may need some upgrading, that sort of thing, they're sitting a little bit. There are price reductions that are happening far more frequently than they were at the beginning of the year. So that's why you may say, well, hey, maybe we don't need to just get out there and go right now and get on something right now. And we got to be the first in line and we got to do all this. There are some homes that are still having that frenzied approach, but not nearly as many. And so buyers right now can take a little more time and think things through a little bit and be really deliberate with their offer. Now, I don't like necessarily, I think this is a worthwhile article from realtor.com. I don't really like the pause verbiage that they use. I would say maybe be a little, not necessarily pause, but be a little bit more cautious or a little bit more deliberate in the approach in their home buying search. I think, there's always some opportunities out there that make sense for folks, and it's just a matter of timing for a lot of folks. So I don't really like the pause verbiage per se, but I do like, the idea of maybe being a little bit more deliberate and a little bit more thoughtful in terms of the approach here based on where things have shifted over the past couple of months. And you can see here less competition from buyers. Fewer buyers are able to qualify for mortgages because of the higher interest rates. So that's interesting. We did I believe have a little bit of a dip as of today, Friday, July 22nd. So, but still, I mean, they have risen quite a bit from where they were not too long ago. And we've talked to you about that quite a bit on this video. And then of course, many real estate experts are advising buyers, especially first timers, to wait out this period. Maybe give it a little more time to just see what comes in the next month or two. The toxic combination of high prices and rates has pushed home ownership out of financial reach for many younger or less well-off buyers, or would require them to dangerously stretch their budgets. Now, yes, I understand that. But again, if you are well informed, and not only from a real estate brokerage, real estate agent, or agents, but you also have spoken at length with your mortgage representative, your lender, and you get a clear picture as to what you may qualify for and what that means for you monthly payment wise, let's say in a range, a purchase price range. If you know that going into it, then you can still wait some things out, but you can also still explore and look at homes and obviously have that information on mind where you can go and say, this one works for me, this one does not work for me, that sort of thing in terms of finances. So again, these are some of the things to avoid. And nobody wants to overstretch budgets and put people in poor positions in terms of home ownership and whatnot. You see here why first-time home buyers might not want to wait. And I like that phrasing a little bit better. Might not want to wait instead of, put on pause or any of that stuff. But here it is. While it's true that what goes up must come down, there's just no telling when that will be, is what they note here on realtor.com. It's not easy to time the market. A lot of real estate experts are predicting that home prices will just continue to rise, not to the steep incline that we've maybe seen over the past couple of years and months and whatnot, but not necessarily a true plateau or drop either. Maybe kind of a more incremental, a little bit more normal rise in home prices going forward here. So, and you can see there are still far more investors and people out there who would like to become homeowners than there are properties available for them. Simple supply and demand issue. Mortgage rates are another unknown. Mounting recession fears could keep them in check. So all of these things, it still is an opportune time to buy. You just have to make sure that it makes sense for you. And like I said, you have to make sure consulting with a real estate agent, consulting with a real estate brokerage and your mortgage representative, your lender, to make sure that you are completely in the know of what's affordable, what's not, what makes sense, what doesn't. And I think that's something that we can all agree is a wise decision here. But an interesting article from realtor.com that I wanted to share with you all to kick off the market update. Now, continuing on with this, who is buying up all the houses here? If it's still, what's it mean for first-time home buyers? Who's going out there? Should I buy? Should I not buy? Who is going out and buying all of the purchases or most of the purchases? And this is from Odetta Kushi earlier this month from First American. First American, of course, a great corporation that does title insurance policies, home warranties, all that kind of stuff. But millennials continue to drive home ownership demand in 21 and continue to do it again here. And then it's, of course, National Home Ownership Month was in June as the housing markets adjust to higher mortgage rates. But while 2020 and 2021 were characterized by pandemic era forces such as the desire for more space and record low mortgage rates, declining affordability may temper millennial homeownership demand in 22. So millennials, again, still the big, and we do know that millennials do comprise the majority of the generational demographic going out there right now. But this could change now in 22 based on the market shifts. We're talking about interest rates and all that, and price rises and all that sort of thing. So a lot of them got in there in terms of 2020 and 21 with home ownership, purchases, all of that. But it may temper things going forward in 22, and we may see a shift in things this coming year. We will see. But an interesting article nonetheless, and some interesting data here from First American, and we appreciate all of the services that they provide. And again, wanted to stress this again, as a real estate brokerage for you. We have resources, we have referrals for specific companies, some great companies that we have worked with on a number of transactions that we can refer you to for some of these services, like a First American for title insurance services, like a First American for home warranty services, and others in other areas as well. So again, wanted to share that with you. Thanks to First American for relaying that. This is another one from Yahoo News, actually, and this is housing. It's getting expensive to tap record home equity. What exactly does that mean? In the first quarter of 22, total home equity for all owner-occupied properties grew by $1.6 trillion. T with a TR, not an M or a B, TRI, to 39.7 trillion from the previous quarter. Wow. According to the latest data from the New York Federal Reserve, homeowners gained an average of 16.2% year over year in June, the largest quarterly increase since the Great Recession. At the same time, mortgage rates have risen by more than 2 percentage points since the start of the year, remaining above 5%. National average since mid-April. Rates could go higher as the Fed continues to hike its benchmark rate to tame inflation. It's made it more unattractive for homeowners to unlock their housing wealth by trading up, cashing out through a refinance, or borrowing against what is often their biggest asset. Quote, that's going to be a challenge for homeowners. Scott Sheldon, who is a branch manager at New American Funding, they either have to bite the bullet and just accept the nature of the beast, or they have to wait on their home improvement. According to CoreLogic, homeowners with a mortgage gained an average of $63,600 in equity per borrower during the first quarter of 22. That's huge. An increase of 32.2%. Like I said, huge year over year. Homeowners in states like California, Hawaii, Washington saw even bigger gains, with their equity increasing by more than $100,000. So you may have seen this, and you may have experienced this great growth in equity, and good for you. And you can capitalize on that. There's a lot of things to traverse. There are a lot of things, you're talking about capital gain stuff potentially. You're talking about all kinds of different things that you need to traverse if you are looking to sell your home, if you're looking to refinance your home. And that's why it is imperative, once again, to make sure that you rely on trusted advisors on the real estate side, on the mortgage side, all of that, so you get all of the information you need and you do what is best for you. Because ultimately, as a realtor, as a brokerage, and lenders and mortgage representatives, they want what's best for you ultimately. And they want, if it's someone that's on your side and should be working for you, that's what they want. They want what's best for you, and they want to get you informed and do what's best by you. So we work for you, and that's what we want. So again, a lot of interesting information there. We can help you walk through some of that stuff if you are experiencing some of the things noted in that Yahoo article. But still, as noted, California residents getting a ton of equity over the year over year. 100,000 it said year over year for California, states like California. So you got to be able to know what to do or what you can do or can't do with that kind of accrued equity that you've had recently. All right. Let's get to rates and other things, courtesy of Chris Pacheco from Pacheco Team Loans. Always gives us some great information every week. I can always count on Monday. Chris Pacheco sends us some great information. Always, always, always. Here's some of the last week's activity. Inflation continues to soar on the consumer and wholesale levels, while there are more signs that the economy is slowing. Consumer price index rose 1.3% and 9.1% year over year. Small business optimism index fell from 93.1 to 89.5, weakest since 2013. That's almost a decade. Wow. 14.9% of contracts are falling out of escrow. So this is something also that's an interesting point. Also, we talked about we're seeing more price reductions, we're seeing more inventory on the market, all of that. 6 months ago, a year ago, all of that the number of contracts falling out of escrow was very, very small, because folks, we knew that the inventory was not there, and folks really wanted to hang on and do what they could to cling to and see through an escrow. Now you're seeing a higher number there. Interesting. Average home selling for 1.9% above asking price nationwide. That has dropped a little bit. Still, when you're talking about above asking, it's, it is what it is. But I mean, we've seen that drop a little bit percentage wise. This week's outlook, stocks are higher and mortgage bonds are lower. Earlier in the week, news leaked about the Fed keeping a 75 BPS hike. 66% of agents on NBS Highway survey say that market is, quote, active to very active. And that is true. This week, NAHB housing data, starts, existing home sales, that stuff is out there for you. Then the rates, you look here again, hovering in the fives, aside from some of the other alternative types of loans there. But 30-year, 5.75 national average, FHA, 5.5, jumbo 30-year, 5.99. I remember when these were in the threes, and we said, this is the time. This is the time. I know it's competitive out there, but this is the time. Still, in the grand scheme of things, I know a lot of people are going 2 percentage points from 6 months ago, and it is a big hike. Still, in the grand scheme of things, when you look at the scope of decades and decades of interest rates, this is still very, very competitive, and a competitive rate for you here in terms of interest rates. So that's something to keep in mind. But still, you will have noticed that has climbed quite a bit from the last few months. But thanks to Chris Pacheco of Pacheco Team Loans, we will show you their website here and contact information. Chris is a great guy. We've had him work with some clients of ours on sales and refinances and whatnot. He does a great job and can do things in not only California, he's helped out a client in Arizona and everything. So you can see here the website address, Pacheco Team Loans, PACHECO teamloans.com. And then you can put in your name and all your contact information, and they will get back to you ASAP. They do a lot of work with veterans. There's Chris right there. Great guy. They do a lot of work with veterans. He is a veteran himself. And then, of course, you can see here the contact, Chris at Pacheco Team Loans. And that's Chris, no H, CRIS at PachecoTeamLoans.com. And then, of course, you've got a telephone number, 909-524-0238, and they will help you out with your mortgage needs. So good stuff from Chris. We appreciate all the data that he shares with us, giving us information on the rates and whatnot. We've got one more, throwing a lot at you. It's been a couple weeks since we've done this. We've had a lot going on here. And so we're throwing a lot at you, but that's what this is about, throwing a lot of information at you, and hopefully you can digest it. And if you ever rewatch this and have questions or whatnot, let us know. But let's start sharing the Orange County MLS update. And we are going to do both home listings and then also the rental side of things. So we'll do a little bit of both for you. And so here is the stats here on the listing side. Coming soon, 156 in Orange County, with 100 of those noted as of tomorrow, Saturday, the 23rd, through Sunday, the 31st. Active. Look at that number. That is about quadruple. I think we're a little over 1,000 or 1,100 earlier in the year, 4,099, with 490 of those coming since the 15th, about a week ago. Active under contract, 1,062, 336 of those since the 15th. Pending, 1,085, 156 of those since the 15th. And closed, 464 since the 15th. But you look at those middle three numbers in active under contract, and pending, those have all shot up quite a bit. That's particularly the active inventory on the listing side, the purchase sides of things. Then the rental market. The rental market is basically where the purchase market was 6 months ago, a year ago. There's not a lot available. It's slowly ticking up. You can see coming soon 56 in Orange County, with 27 of them coming Saturday through the 31st, which is the Sunday the 31st. Active 1,480, a touch under 1,500. You got 271 of those since July 15th. Pending, 214. And that's 92 of those since 7/15, and closed 281 since 7/15. But you could still have a pretty good credit score on the purchase side and qualify for a decent rate and whatnot. But you have to be of optimum background in the rental market right now in terms of the qualifying and then the competition that is there. We talked about where a while ago on the purchase side it was upwards of the teens in terms of offers on things. That's kind of how it is right now on the application side of things to lease. Fortunately, we are currently in the works of finalizing a lease, a very competitive market there, but we were able to win one out there at a great property. So we're excited to be finalizing that one for some clients there that were moving out of state, actually. So we were able to kind of help them out with a relocation of sorts, a temporary relocation of sorts. But so that's pretty cool. But if you need help with that, we do a lot of stuff on the rental side. Of course, we also do the listing and purchase stuff, but we've had recently, just based on where the market's at, based on certain circumstances, we've had to do some of the lease stuff, and we are happy to do that. If you need that as a service, get you some information. It is competitive out there, but we are hitting the pavement and doing all kinds of different things to make it work and getting our clients into great homes on a lease if that's what they so choose. All right. That is the market update. That was a lot of stuff for you. I know we've got a lot of information. I've got one more thing to talk about in terms of the community, and then we've got a video to end it on as well, because I was talking a lot about rentals. So we've got a quick video on that. But hey, here's a little bit of a community spotlight for you. So when I say Matt Leinart, what do you think of? You probably think of USC football. You think of professional football player, Heisman Trophy winner, Southern California guy, modern day, right? Popular guy. He's on TV. I think he's on Fox Sports now, doing college football analysis. So popular guy, well-known guy, and one of the best college football players really ever. So what is he also doing now? Well, one of the things he does in the Orange County area, Southern California area, is he started a flag football league for kids. Did you know that? He has flag football leagues all around Southern California. He has them for boys. He has leagues for girls, all kinds of different things. And it's not just a fall sport. It's actually, he's got leagues throughout the year. And he puts on camps in the summer where, some of himself and other famous USC football players and other teammates, I think Reggie Bush has made appearances at camps and whatnot, but he has a flag football league that youngsters can be involved in. And I have my oldest son, he's getting about to be the age where he can play in one of these. So I think we're going to do that for him this fall. And it teaches a lot of skills, obviously good exercise and whatnot. And what's kind of cool is they do a little bit of the Friday Night Lights thing for the little kids. They play in the evenings under the lights and all kinds of different things, particularly in the fall, which is pretty neat. Kind of gives them that high school football feel a little bit there. So it's pretty cool. And obviously not tackle flag football. It's, for those worried about contact and whatnot, and for good reason for the little ones. Pretty cool deal. Go check out mlflag.com. And then, of course, you can go /leagues to find out where leagues are going on around you. Again, Matt Leinart flag, mlflag.com is the is the website there. Pretty cool stuff. They play at high schools, they play at sports park complexes in the area and whatnot. Pretty cool deal. Stumbled across that as I was looking for some things, some leagues and sports things to get my son into this fall here. And that's one I think we're going to do in conjunction with maybe a soccer league or something like that. But at any rate, Matt Leinart Flag Football, mlflag.com/leagues. You can find more information there and sign up your little one for cool fall sport. If you're a big football nut like I am, pretty cool thing. And of course, we all know Matt Leinart from his SC days, Heisman Trophy, the whole deal. So go check that out, mlflag.com. All right. I mentioned a little bit on renting, and we have helped folks get into homes that need leasing or that need a lease for the time being. We've also leased out homes of owners that wanted to hang on to their home and lease it out to some folks. We've had some high-end rentals in the Crestville area. We've had, others that we've helped folks out in a number of different areas. So I want to show this quick clip with you as we get out of here about rental properties. If you own one, let us try and help you out with that. We have the means and resources to market it properly, get it off of the market and leased quickly. And like I said, that is a competitive market right now, and we want to help you traverse that. So here's a little something on rental properties. I'm Anthony Cosenza with Casabella Realty Group. We'll leave you with this video. Have a great rest of your week and your weekend coming up here, because we are getting at you Friday afternoon. We'll be back with more information for you. And again, CasabellaRealtyGroup.com, Casabella SoCal @gmail.com. Contact us. Let us work for you. Rentals, sales, listings, whatever it may be. We want to help you. Take care.